We begin this half hour with a group of elected leaders who were at the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Library today to discuss how the public feels about the safety and security of our state's elections. A new poll shows 8 out of 10 believe the upcoming midterms will be fair and secure.
13 Your Side's Nick Nelson was at the panel discussion and has a look at some of the findings from the poll. Nick?
Yeah, Elena, Juliet, the leaders gathered at the discussion say that the number is a good sign of confidence in the Michigan electorate. However, there were some other key takeaways from the poll.
Democrats, Republicans, Independents all have a similar confidence in the upcoming election, and that's really important.
That was what pollster Richard Schuba says is the key takeaway from a new poll keeping track of Michigan voters' confidence in the elections they voted. About 80% of those voters say the 2026 elections in the state will be fair and secure. Schuba says the state can build on that confidence by continuing to educate the public.
We hear so much about division and polarization, and what we're seeing is, no, genuinely, the voters of Michigan do think that the election system in this state is fair and it's accurate.
The Democracy Defense Project, whose board includes a bipartisan group of notable former Michigan office holders, held a panel discussion at the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum to inform the public about the poll's findings. While praising the state's confidence in elections, they also highlighted that a majority of Michiganders are concerned about non-citizens voting.
Whether that's enhanced IDs in the future, improving data sharing, or giving election officials the tools they need, whatever it might be, like Lisa, to make sure that we have U.S. citizens voting in these elections.
Kent County Clerk Lisa Posthumous-Lyons was also featured on the panel and also emphasized the importance of public education and citizen involvement in elections.
When you see it for yourself, that ultimately will show voters and show our citizens, okay, this is how our election works. This is the process. There's a lot of checks and balances here, and I'm a part of it.
Now, the poll released today is actually a follow-up to a poll conducted just before last year's presidential election. That poll showed 77% of Michigan voters expected the election to be fair. Nick Nelson, 13 on your side.